Once again, they tried the quick out. They used first down. That time, Scott Jeffries just overthrowing. Really had good secondary for Churchill, of course, late. Laying back a little bit. That route's going to be there the rest of the night.
Jeffries. Quick out. Pass is complete. Short of the first down is James Whataburger. And Roosevelt's going to look at a 4th down and about 5.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's called where you wish somebody else could make the call and call the play.
Boy, you're just up here dancing away to the music along with the
I'll tell you what,
band,
this band's got me excited.
I think you probably had to face the other end of this band for a couple of times in your career, didn't you?
Let me tell you, John, and I mean this seriously. They've always had a great band, and our kids kind of get excited about listening to them and playing.
All right, we'll take a timeout with 4 minutes and 54 seconds left to play. Roosevelt has a 4th down and 5. We'll come back for the conclusion to this one after this timeout. Fourth down and 5 for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. They will go for the first down with 4:54 left to play. The football, they're into the field at their own 43. So this could be it for the Rough Riders on 4th down and 5. Chargers dig in on the defense, looking at him with a 4-3. Here is Jeffries on the rollout looking for Jones, but he's got the receiver open in the flat. Teal had it and dropped it. And the Chargers take the football.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, and he had Jones open at the 45-yard line of Churchill as well. I just don't think he saw it.
No, I think the thing was to get the first down. And you'll see on the replay, Scott puts it right on the money. Ball a little low, but very catchable. And he doesn't get his hands on the ball.
And it would have been a first down.
Oh, yeah. And I'm afraid that's the ball then.
4:48, the clock says. Churchill has the football at the Roosevelt 43. And we'll try to kill off as much more time as they can. That's Couch with the football. Line of scrimmage, maybe. Mark Rickard on the tackle.
I think on the Churchill went for it earlier. Westbrook came out, maybe with a rib problem. Here's a replay.
Got some offsides right there by Roosevelt. Couldn't quite get back in time. Gonna mark off 5.
Entered in the neutral zone. Of course, the length of the football is the neutral zone, and anytime somebody's in it on the snap, it's an offsides or encroachment or whatever you want to call it.
Obviously, at the end of the ball game, Frank will be choosing our most valuable players for both sides. At least for Roosevelt, there are a couple, 3 guys in mind. Ricker's played a good ball game. I think Harvey and Soleri have also played pretty well.
Right. They've had some good defensive plays out of those people.
Here's Donnie Couch, and he'll get inside the 40 to about the 37. Ricker again helping out on the tackle. Oh, let's not forget Greg Berg. He's had a couple of great stops tonight as well.
On the replay, just a tire sweep. Really traditional Churchill football. Good hitting by the Roosevelt defense. They really have not played that bad. They've had to try and stop some drives that started very close to goal line.
2nd down and 4 is the call. Here is Mark Scott, the fullback, and he won't go anywhere. Maybe a yard is where he'll fall forward. And again, Ricker is in on the stop. 83 for Roosevelt. Well, you cannot say the Roosevelt defense certainly did not come to play tonight, because they did, and they have put up one heck of an effort out there on the field, particularly here in the second half when Churchill's had all the time on the clock.
Yeah, they've played hard. They've had some bad breaks that went against them, and they haven't played that badly.
Tell you what, if it hadn't been for the early turnovers, we might be looking at a scoreless tie right here as Scott gets close to a first down for the Chargers. clock is stopped as they will check out on a measurement here. With 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go. Ball is at the 33-yard line of Roosevelt. That's about where they needed to get for the first down. And they'll bring in the chains to measure.
I did. I got
They got the first down, and of course that just another nail in the coffin of Roosevelt, I'm afraid.
First down and 10. Renault brings him up. Boy, they've got 3 receivers on the right side of the field, but they will not do any throwing the football. Look at Scott use the leg power and drive for more yardage. He'll get inside the 30 to the 27. That was a nice piece of running by Mark Scott.
Well, they walled off Roosevelt, bringing a lot of people and trying to make something happen. And of course, when you bring in backers, sometimes you can wall it off and create a pretty good running lane in there. And he did a great job of some power running when he got the open.
He'll get 6 yards on the play. It is 2nd and 4. This is what Churchill wants. Get good first down yardage and hold on to that football. Scott again. Oh, he's into the secondary inside the 20 to the 18. And Mark Scott is controlling things all by his lonesome. Of course, he's got a lot of help from his offensive line as well, particularly on that play. But he's got another first down for Churchill as the Chargers take up that time on the clock. We get down close to the 2-minute mark.
A great hole on the belly. I'm wondering about Robert Westbrook. I see him on the sideline, see him well. I think they just feel like they don't need him in there, and they don't want to take a chance on losing him.
Looked like he pulled up a little gimpy on the last series they had the football. Here's Scott again. Scott gets down close to the 10. He's definitely inside the 15, about the 12 or 13-yard line. And now the Charger offensive front, with their size and perhaps strength advantage, I think beginning to wear down Roosevelt's front side. It's looking like that to me anyway.
Fourth quarter, and of course,
they've been on the
enthusiasm of the Roosevelt defense is when they didn't make it a little gone. I tell you what, the fourth quarter, when you face a hard-running ball club, that defense gets tired.
2nd down at 5. Ball is on the 13. Scott, into the secondary, inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. Mark Scott with some great running here on this last series for the Churchill Chargers. Nearly broke it all the way with a score. Paul Gutierrez making the touchdown-saving tackle.
Here's a replay. They said strong left, come in with a quick hitter right. Little move by Scott. Great job back inside. Almost gets in.
Down at the 2-yard line, it is 1st and goal to go for the Churchill Chargers, looking to try to put the final nail on the Roosevelt coffin with 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go. 1st and goal. Renault to Scott, and he will not get in as one last bit of determination pushes forth by that front 7 for the Rough Riders.
Roosevelt had a lot of folks there. The big running and powerful running to shut down that time, but I believe they're going to give it to him every time, probably on the belly or something like that, and get that big guy in the end zone if they can.
2nd down on the 2. Clock continues to roll down toward the final count. The outcome now obviously inevitable with Churchill up on the scoreboard. Just the final margin is what is in question. 2nd and goal. Scott is going to try it again, and he is tackled for a loss back around the 5. Well, you got to give Roosevelt credit. I tell you what, the front 7 again is just not giving up at all.
Well, that was Solari again. This guy has been in the backfield quite a bit tonight. Great effort, great fighters. They're not going to give up, I can tell you that.
Well, that could be the last play. We're down to 4 seconds. That's it. Time has run out at Northeast Stadium. And the Churchill Chargers use ball control to perfection in the second half to get the win over the Roosevelt Rough Riders 12-0 in this District 27 5A opener for both teams.